Family's Got Guts continues right now on Nick.
There's a basic element, a certain vibe they prescribe to survive, to stay alive. If you want to win from within, if you ain't got it, don't bother. Do you have it? My family.
The bleachers are packed in the Extreme Arena. The action sports fans are on the edge of their seats. The atmosphere is nothing short of electric, and the semifinal action begins right now on My Family's Got Guts. Let's meet the players in the Wrecking Ball red. It's Team Eichensplat, Lisa, Jared, Pete, and Mariah. They're taking on the team in green, Annie, Morgan, Marty, and Alex, the Howlin' Howls. Players, do you have it? What's up, everybody? I'm Ben Lyons, and welcome to our second semifinal matchup right here in the tournament that is My Family's Got Guts. Today, our teams are going to be competing in a series of brand new events with one team heading on to the next round, the championship event, the mighty Agro Bowl. That's right, My Family's Got Guts has the Agro Bowl championship round on the way, where one of these teams is going to win a fabulous sports family vacation and their third piece of the mighty Agro Crag. Today, in our semifinals, they're playing for their second piece, and let's break everything down with our saucy Aussie, our head referee, Asha Kierton.
Thank you, Ben. It's great to be here in the Extreme Arena with you. Things are just going to go nuts today. The semifinals have arrived. Preliminaries are over. They were full of action, adrenaline, and endurance. Now, 12 teams started. 6 have made it to the semis, and only 3 will progress to the final and championship round we call the Agro Bowl. But right now, Ben, let's kick these semifinals into high gear.
Let's do it, Asha. It's been a great run so far. Our teams have survived. We're here in the semifinals, and we're going to kick things off with our first event. We call it air slalom. Now, if you're like me and you prefer palm trees to the powder but still love snowboarding, you think it's a little too cold on the mountain. Well, it's really hot here in the Extreme Arena as our teams are going to snowboard without the snow through our slalom course, getting through 7 gates from one end and another 7 gates on the back end. Let's go to Asha for the official rules.
In air slalom, teams will complete this high-up slalom course by clearing as many gates as possible without touching any of them. Teams will go one at a time. Each gate is worth 10 points, Ben.
It's not just how they shred up our course. No, no, no. My Family's Got Guts is all about strategy. And the red squad, they won the coin toss in the locker room. They decided to go first. So let's see who they've got playing air slalom. Our launcher is going to be Mariah. Taking it shredding style is going to be Lisa. On the power lines, we've got Keith and Jared. Asha, set it away.
Players on your marks. Get set.
Here we go, Team Eichensplat underway in the Extreme Arena. This is a full team sport. That's right, they're communicating. That's the sign of a good team. Here they go, a couple more gates to go in the first lap of air slalom. Very important to keep your head high. You got to use your strength, your flexibility, and most important, your agility. That's right, very agile around those gates, having some trouble, but able to get through and score some points. Every gate counts, using the board to fully extend high above our arena floor. Team Eichensplat, a strong run here in air slalom. Let's go to Asha for the results. Asha, what do you got?
Ben, I'll tell you what I got. It's the score for the red team. Check it out. They cleared 2 gates. They've got 20 points.
Every point counts here in the semifinals, and My Family's Got Guts. Don't forget the red squad, they won the coin toss. They decided to go first. Now it's time for the Howlin' Howls to take it to the air. Let's kick things off with our launcher. We got Morgan. Here we got shredding our course up. It's going to be Alex. And on the power lines, we've got Marty and Annie. Ready to cloud surf, guys? Let's get it started, Asha.
Players on your marks. Get set.
Here we go. The Howlin' Howls are off. Very important to remember that this is a team sport. Not only is Alex high above shredding and cutting up our course, but we got Marty and Annie using those power lines to propel him. Wow, fully extended there to get around that gate and getting a big roar from the Extreme Arena. Alex has to use his upper body strength as well as his flexibility to get through those gates. Take your time. Those gates aren't going anywhere, but your points might disappear if you don't clear them. Here he is doing his best, Shaun White. Oh, fully extended, getting some big air right there in air slalom. A lot of high-flying action here in the Extreme Arena. Asha Kieran, you're from Australia, and you're a referee. You got results, right?
I certainly do, Ben. Here are the scores for the Howlin' Hounds. They cleared 2 gates for 20 points, so red and green teams are even. Good job.
We have ourselves a hotly contested battle here today, folks, in the semifinals. Before we go to our next event, let's check out the replay in air slalom. Here you see the red team, Lisa, going from side to side. Her teammates pulling those power lines. It was an overall team effort for Eichensplat, racking up 20 points. Alex had to put up that number, and he was able to. Look at him clear this gate right there. Fully extending around the gate. Very difficult challenge here today, folks. Air slalom is not for the weak. A team sport. Everybody getting involved in the action. Before we go to our next event, Asha, though, let's check in with the leaderboard.
Well, 1 event down, 3 more to go. Every point counts, Ben. Check this out, the red and the green teams even on 20 points.
Up next, Formula Guts. That's right, we've got 2 players driving, 2 more in the pits. More action, more strategy, more semifinals action right here on My Family's Got Guts.
There's more extreme action on the way. My Family's Got Guts will be right back on Nick.
Walt Disney Pictures presents
Viva Chihuahua!
the movie that puts the wow in Chihuahua.
Hey, homie.
I have never had my teeth brushed before. It's minty.
Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
That dog is loco.
Oh, yeah.
Rated PG.
Listen up, Funkies, on the new Marshall of Dream State, home of daydreams and nightmares.
It's UB Funky's Dream State with cool new worlds, new characters, and new villains. And now you can chat with friends using Cat Funkies.
Have you been to Nightmare Rift?
Go north from Grand Funky Station.
I know how to defeat the Daydream villain.
UB Funky's Dream State. It's the game that keeps growing.
It's UB Funky.
Dream State figures work with UPC and require an internet connection, and Starter Kit is shown here. Starter Kit and all figures each sold separately.
Time's up, Lucky.
Oh, no!
Lucky! It's time to give you your new charm, the Hourglass.
Marshmallow power!
Lucky Charm cereal, the only place you can find a new Hourglass charm. Part of this good breakfast.
I can control time? Wow!
Alex and friends are leaving Madagascar and coming to breakfast. One wacky slider from Madagascar escaped to Africa inside each specially marked box of General Mills cereal. 6 in all.
I'm following the yellow brick road to McDonald's, where I can get a fantastic new Madame Alexander Wizard of Oz doll in every Happy Meal.
Thank you, Halloween Express.
Halloween Express Superstores. Thousands of costumes and accessories. Halloween party supplies and home decorations. 2 superstores east across from Home Depot, East Springs Drive, west Odana Road in the Odana Antiques building. It's Halloween Express.
Thanks, Mom.
Order to order. We're about to turn the action way up. My Family's Got Guts rocks on right now on Nick.
Welcome back to My Family's Got Guts. Ben Lyons here, joined by Asha Kieran, and we've got some semi-final action all for you. The Extreme Arena has been transformed into a racetrack for our next event, Formula Guts. We are taking it to the track where our team's going to compete, and they're going to be rocking these awesome pod bikes. Asha, I've never seen anything like these things.
They're amazing.
Break down the rules for me of Formula Guts.
Well, the object of Formula Guts is to make 2.5 laps around our oval track in the fastest time possible. 2 players from each team will be riding. They've got to make a pit stop halfway through, switch riders. First place gets 100 points, second place 75 points.
And the red team, Team Eichensplat, they had 20 points in the air slalom. They're going to kick things off with Jared, who's going to be our first driver, and then Keith is going to be driving second. In the pits, he's going to get some help from Lisa and Moriah. Every point counts here in the semifinals, so let's kick off Formula Guts.
Players on your marks, get set.
This is where you can pick up maximum speed, folks. On the straightaway, the green flag is being waved, and around those those turns they go. Those turns are difficult, Asha.
They are crucial, in fact, because you don't want to tip over, you don't want to lose speed, but you've got to slow down just a touch to get around them.
That's right. We don't want Team Ike and Splat to splat on this course. Here we are as they approach that final turn, heading into the pits. The pits is where the whole family gets involved.
That's
the whole team is involved. What do you think the key is to having success in the pit?
I think it's working in sync together, but not losing your time, you know?
That's right. Mariah and Lisa holding down that pod bike as we see Keith jump on in there. They're losing time. They got to get out of here quick if they want to have a good run in Formula Guts. Now, we're going to pick up some speed here around the turns as we head towards the final straightaway.
That's right. They've got to stay safe as well. Safety's a key. Keep up that speed. They're on the home stretch here for Team Ike and Splat. Look at them go.
That's right. Around the final bend, and the checker flag is being waved. Asha, this is not a drive from Melbourne to Sydney. This is much more difficult. This is My Family's Got Guts, and it's the semifinals. Formula Guts stepping it up here as we see the Red Squad with an impressive time. What do they got?
Well, they certainly stepped up to this track. They finished in under a minute, 54 seconds, Ben.
That is a great time here in Formula Guts. Something tells me they can taste a final spot in the mighty Agro Bowl.
It's coming close.
It's coming close.
A piece of the Agro Bowl,
yes, everybody wants a piece of the action, as do the Green Squad. They are taking the pit right now. The Howlin' Howls. We've got Annie as our first driver. She's getting loaded up on in the pod bike. Our second driver is going to be Morgan. And in the pits, we've got Marty and Alex. The whole family's involved here in Formula Guts. It looks like the Green Squad is ready to hit the track. So, Asha, start it off.
All right, players, on your marks, get set.
The Howlin' Howls are howling down the straightaway. As you see Annie, she's using her feet to power her through those turns. Taking a close one there as she heads around the first half lap. Yeah, what do you think the keys are here in Formula Guts?
I think they've got to work in sync together. Keep your mind focused on the track. Don't be distracted by the crowd or the flags or anything else.
That's right. And you got to keep that pod bike in control. It's going to want to wobble on you the faster you go. There you go. Right on cue. She takes a dive. Our stunt guy's there to get her back on track. The heat is still going. Looks like she's safe and sound. Just in time to hit the pits because she wants to get out of that thing, I'm sure.
She certainly does. We've got fantastic stunt guys out on the track. She's all safe.
She's okay. The bike top has come off it.
Let's give her a round of applause.
Now we got Morgan. She's taking her seat in the pod bike. She's being helped out by Marty and Alex, the pit crew. And looks like they're ready to rock, Asha.
They are ready to go. Our safety crew are the best, I have to say that. They
Absolutely.
Keep
a lot of time in the pit they took there. Can they make it up on the track? As you see here, Morgan hitting the home stretch. Coming around those final curves. And there you have it. Across the finish line.
For the Howlin' Howls.
The Howlin' Howls got across. They had some difficulty making their turns. One of the bikes flew over, but our safety squad on the scene as always. Asha, what were the results?
They finished in a time of 1 minute, 12 seconds, which means the red team have taken out Formula Guts in this semifinal.
Congratulations to Team Ike and Splat. They're the big winners here today in Formula Guts. So let's find out how they did it in the replay. We're going to start off, though, of course, with the crash heard around the world. There you see Annie tipping over. That's right. The safety crew on top of it as always. But that crash ultimately did end the Green Squad. The Howlin' Howls having some trouble. And it was all red. You see how they handle the pit, Asha. Very quick, Team Ike and Splat. That's right, efficiency. They were fast. It was a team effort, and they were able to claim victory, the prize, the checkered flag in the Formula Guts race here. Now, as we get ready for our teams to go on to the mighty Agro Bowl, we've got one more event to go before the Agro Crag. But before we tackle that, let's go to the leaderboard.
With 2 events down, Team Ike and Splat is in the lead on 120 points, and the Howlin' Howls in second place with 95 points.
Well, back in the prelims, it was 2 events before the Crag. Now it's semifinal time, so we've got 3 events before the mighty Agro Crag, and this one, we like to call it Volley Brawl. That's right, the Extreme Arena has been transformed into a beach. It's the Extreme Beach. Now, the whole family's going to play in this one, working in teams of 2. They're going to rise high above this 10-foot-high net, get served up by their teammate, and spike it down for big points. Let's get the rules from Asha.
Well, the object of Volley Brawl is to spike as many balls as possible over the net and into the scoring zones. Each spike is worth 10 points, and of course, the team with the most points wins.
Asha, this isn't Bondi Beach. This is the Extreme Beach. Let's play some volleyball. Set it off.
Players, on your marks, get set.
Aiken Splat is taking on the Howlin' Howls. And here's the key to this game, folks. It's communicating with your partner. There you see the red squad a little too high on the setup. You got to get that serve really nice so you can spike it down. You want to bump, set, and spike, and repeat. It's like a washing cycle, folks. You rinse and you spike it down. There it is, having some troubles there for the red squad, trying to get the hang of things as we approach 1 minute to go in volleyball. The red team playing some defense, using the balls to block. There you see the green team. This time they're getting through. That colored zone is where you get your points. We've got the Aiken Splat and the Howlin' Howls. Only one of these two teams will win volleyball, and only one of these two teams will go to the Agro Bowl. That's right, folks. This is not for Gabby Reese taking it old school. This is new school volleyball. It's volleyball flying through the air, propelling against all odds to use the sand to explode into the sky and slam it down. There's the red one with another thunderous spike. Our players are talking to each other. They're communicating, working like a well-oiled machine. Red squad playing some defense, rejecting that one out of bounds. There you see the red squad getting caught up in the net. A tough serve from the green team. Balls are flying. Players are jumping. We got 10 seconds here. The Extreme Arena's rocking. Volleyball is a very difficult game, folks. That net is flying back and forth. And there you have it. Volleyball is in the books. The Aiken Splats and the Howlin' Howls going toe-to-toe here on the beach. Let's go to Asha with the results.
Ben, I don't think Bondi Beach could even handle volleyball, but these teams certainly did. They both made 8 spikes for 80 points. It's even.
A dead tie in volleyball. That's pretty exciting, folks. Let's go to the replay and see how they got things all squared up. We're going to start off with the green squad. The Howlin' Howls having some trouble on the net, but then it's the Aiken Splat slapping one across the net there. Both our teams flying high above the arena sand. This is getting crazy, folks. Our teams are getting caught up in the net. A lot of high-flying action here in the semifinals. Asha, before we go to the legendary Crag, let's go to the leaderboard.
Well, here it is, Ben. 3 events down. Howlin' Howls on 175 points. Team Aiken Splat, 200 points.
Max, in a bid to make it to the Agro Bowl. Our teams are going to face off in a 4-player relay against the legendary Agro Crag like you've never seen it before. My Family's Got Guts coming back.
There's more extreme action on the way. My Family's Got Guts will be right back on Nick.
Hey, I totally beat him. Ooh, victory is sweet. Hello? Hello. This is the sound of me getting in the bowl first.
Apple or cinnamon?
You're right. Combine. Cinnamon.
Who will be? In Kellogg's Applejack cereal, a cinnamony tasting sweet part of a nutritious breakfast.
I was just giving you a head start.
Whatever.
Okay, see you later.
So today, the brick walls and linoleum floors of William McKinley Middle School lie in a crumpled heap in the blue aftermath of a terrible and juicy afternoon.
Gushers fruit-flavored snacks. Beware the...
Hot Wheels, beat that! Get ready for extreme power and high performance. It's the new Trick Trax Power Loop, and it's motorized for super intense stunts you can connect. Get some twisted action on the spiral spin out and crash. Zoom down the zigzag slide. Jump through to set off the daredevil drop and power up stunts with the motorized Power Loop. Extreme action just keeps on going.
Beat that!
Trick Track sets come with one car. You put sets together. Sets and other cars each sold separately. Batteries not included.
On November 7th, there's only one team to call when you need to escape. The Penguins.
Buckle up, boys.
Skipper. He can make monkeys do anything.
Any questions? Good. Let's get to work.
Private, he's a bird of a million disguises. Rico, he's the tough one of the bunch. And Kowalski, he can fix everything.
How are you going to fix this?
Grit, spit, and a whole lot of duct tape.
You can catch the penguins in DreamWorks' Madagascar Escape to Africa in theaters November 7th. Rated PG.
We're about to turn the action way up. My Family's Got Guts rocks on right now on Nick.
Welcome back to My Family's Got Guts. Ben Lyons here at the base of the legendary Aggro Crag. And folks, we got a good one here in the semifinals between the Howlin' Howls and Team Eichensplat. The Howlin' Howls have 175 points. Team Eichensplat has 200 points. Only 25 points separating our teams as we go to the highlights. Here we go in the air slalom. Check out Morgan shredding some big air around those gates. And it's Keith manning the power lines for Lisa as she's catching some air of her own. We take it to Formula Guts now, where Annie flips the bike, costing the green team the race. The red team was victorious because check out this change in the pits. A well-oiled racing machine. Team Eichensplat gets the win in Formula Guts. A much-needed win for the red squad. We take it to the beach for volley brawl and check out the high-flying action. Annie pushes one over. Lisa sets to Jared for the spike. And after all the high-flying action in volley brawl, our teams were tied. But the time has come for them to take on the newly evolved Aggro Crag. That's right, the Crag from the prelims is nothing but a peon compared to this new otherworldly monster. The Crag is so big and so bad, teams are going to need all 4 players to reach the top. Player number 1 goes over the Mad Mesas in the treacherous ice march to base camp, where player number 2 awaits. Player number 2 then takes on the Ice Serpent Switchbacks and the Skeleton Stalagmites in a bid to reach Avalanche Peak, where their actuator will now reveal a secret tunnel that will spiral them down the vortex to a new side of the Crag. Then, player number 3 will attempt to navigate the Crag Caverns. Once out, they will cross the Glacial Gorge, which encircles the mighty monster, making their way back to the base and opening the ice portal, behind which player number 4 awaits for their chance to conquer the vertical freeze and reach the Crystal Peak, the summit, and victory. You know, Asha, our teams really pushed to the limit in all the new events in the Extreme Arena here in the semifinals, but things are going to get even that much more difficult now that we've taken on the newly evolved Aggro Crag.
Certainly are, Ben. You know, they say a trip to Coney Island and that rickety roller coaster is scary.
You talking about New York?
Hey, I am.
All
But
right,
this
be careful, don't hurt yourself.
won't mess with the pride, but this Aggro Crag is even scarier. It's bigger, it's better.
That's right. It's strategy coming into play now more than ever.
Definitely, because the players have to pick who they want on which part of the Crag. So I think we should go to the matchup to find out who they picked. For the Mad Mesas, it's going to be Keith versus Morgan. On the Switchbacks, it'll be Lisa versus Marty. In the Caverns, it's going to be Mariah versus Alex. And in a race up the vertical freeze, we'll have Jared versus Annie.
Interesting strategy for both our teams. We're about to find out if it's going to pay off. But Asha, break down the rules of the Aggro Crag.
Well, because these are the semifinals, the maximum head start you can now have is 10 seconds. Team Eichensplat is in the lead by 25 points. They've earned a 2.5-second head start. So each player must successfully complete their portion of the Crag before the next player on their team can proceed. And of course, as always, Ben, the first team to the summit wins.
Team Eichensplat versus the Howlin' Howls. One team will go home, one team will go to the Aggro Bowl. Let's find out. Asha, kick off the Aggro Crag.
Red team, you've got a head start. You'll go on my whistle. Green team, you wait for the judges. On your marks, get set.
The head start for Team Eichensplat is no more because the Howlin' Howls are going up the Mad Mesas. There you see Keith and Morgan going head to head. Those Mad Mesas are difficult and absolutely crazy. We turn it on over now to the Skeleton Switchback. These are the Serpent Switchbacks. Very difficult to climb. We take it to the Skeleton Stalagmites. Avalanche Peak has erupted on our players, hitting all the actuators. There you see the Green Squad overcoming that head start from Red to get sucked into the vortex. Both our players are struggling here as the Green Squad is pulling away. The Howlin' Howls are howling through. Now it's time for the Red team to take on the cavernous caves. Mariah going up against Alex here. In those caves, you gotta get out as fast as you can. You don't know where you're going, but the Green team has escaped. They are taking it to the vertical freeze first across the Glacial Gorge. The ice portal has been opened. Annie is going to try and bring it home for the Howlin' Howls. The Red team still can't get out of the cave. red team to catch up. The Howlin' Howls are going head-to-head with Team Eichensplat. One team going to the Agro Bowl. Will it be Annie and the Green Squad? The Howlin' Howls are going to make their way up the vertical freeze. The red team still can't get out of the caves. And it looks like the Green Squad, the Howlin' Howls, led by Annie, are going to the mighty Agro Bowl. Congratulations to both our teams. A great run here against the new evolved Agro Crag. But once again, the Agro Crag providing too much competition for the Red Squad, swallowing them alive in the cavernous caves. The green team is victorious. Let's go to the replay. Here you see the Red Squad getting out to an advantage, going over those Mad Maces, up the Serpent Switchbacks, and then it was Avalanche B cascading down upon our competitors, turning them into the weak. Now we take it to the sliding vortex. That thing will suck you right into the cavernous caves. A very difficult job getting out of there, falling into the glacial gorge. That's ice cold. Trust me, folks. We head up to the vertical freeze where Annie led the way. She had a nice cushion because the Red Squad could not get out of the caves. Didn't know up from down, left from right. But the green team, Annie, she knew up. She knew the top of the Crystal Peak. And they are going on to the Agro Bowl. Congratulations to the Howlin' Howls. Take your slide to victory. There it is. They're fired up here at the base of the Agro Crag. Annie's joined by her entire family. It's pure pandemonium here. They already got one piece of the rock. Congratulations, guys. Tell me, what was it like to climb the vertical freeze and go to the Agro Bowl?
Oh, it's just awesome. It's just like I'm climbing up the side, but it was just great feeling.
Now, tell me, what's the most challenging part of the newly improved Agro Crag?
The maze, yeah, the maze. Yeah, there's just one part in the maze that's a little bit tricky, but other than that, it's a lot of fun.
Got the spider webs on his helmet. This team's going to the Agro Bowl. So, Asha, come give them their second piece of the Radical Rock.
Piece of the Agro Crag, joining your first piece right here. If you win the Agro Bowl, you're going to get the third and final piece. Having your own huge piece of the Agro Crag.
Congratulations to the Howlin' Howls. They are advancing here in the semifinals. So, what does this mean for the rest of our tournament, Asha?
Well, let's take a look at our tournament bracket first of all, because guess what, Howlin' Howls? You guys are going to the Agro Bowl Championship, where you are going to face off against Cyclone Jones and the winner of our last semi-final matchup between the Garris G-Dubs and the Kickin' Johnsons. Howlin' Howls, one more question for you guys. Do you have it?
No ifs, ands, or buts. My family's got guts. We'll see you in the Agro Bowl.
Tomorrow night, Gary's G-Dogs and Kickin' Johnsons are going head-to-head for a spot in the Agro Bowl.
It's neck and neck.
And a shot at the championship. My Family's Got Guts. The tournament continues tomorrow at 8, right here on Nick.
He's absorbent, he's yellow, he's SpongeBob. And he's up next on Nickelodeon.
That's Amazon John. He'll be our guide because he sees things no one can see.
I see a crocodile coming. Watch out!
Hey, John, can you...
Push these teams to the limit. One of these families will be going home with a second piece of the Agro Crag, as well as the final place in our championship event, the My Family's Got Guts Agro Bowl, where one family will go on a fabulous sports family vacation, as well as receiving a third piece of the Mighty Rock. Now, before we get things started, let's check in with our head referee, the pride of Sydney, Australia, Miss Asha Kierton.
First up, let's check out our tournament bracket. Now, as we know, the preliminaries were intense, but they are also over. The semi-finals are here. 12 teams started, 6 have made it to the semis, and today we're going to find out which of our teams are going to fill the final spot in our championship round we like to call the Agro Bowl. Let's take this first event to the skies.
That's right, Asha. We are underway in the semifinals. The Extreme Arena is electric, so let's get things started with something we call air slalom. Now, if you ever dreamed of going down one of the biggest mountains in the world, well, this event is for you, my friends, because our competitors are going to be 15 feet high above the arena floor. They're going to be shredding around these gates in a slalom course from one end to the arena, down to the other, and back again. Let's go to Asha for the rules.
Well, the object of air slalom is to complete this high-up slalom course by clearing as many gates as possible without touching any of them. Teams will compete one at a time. Each clear gate is worth 10 points, Ben.
The red squad, they won the coin toss in the locker room, and they're using a little bit of strategy here. An interesting move, having to go second, because now it's the green team who's going to be going first in air slalom. So let's kick things off in the semifinals. We've got Emily as our launcher, and we've got Lindsay, who's going to be getting some big air. And on the power lines, we've got Sharon and Brian. All right, players, do you have it? Let's start off the semifinals. Asha, let's go.
Players on your marks. Get set.
One more place awaits our teams in the mighty Agro Bowl. That's right, they're going for all the guts and all the glory here in air slalom. This is a team sport, folks. Our players are going to have to communicate as they try and navigate around each of the 7 gates. Got to use that board to your advantage. Lindsay is having some trouble getting around the gates. Once we hit one gate, the next one just seems to creep up right behind you. This is 15 feet high in the air. She has gotten through the first leg of our slalom course, ready to take on the 7 gates one more time. Now, don't rush. You got to use every bit of strength you have to pull yourself around those gates. A tough go there for Lindsay, able to regain some composure. This is a team sport. Her power lines have to step it up. The green team has gotten through air slalom, setting the tone early. Here we are in the Extreme Arena with the semifinals. The third leg of the semifinals is underway. The Kickin' Johnsons kick things off. Let's go to Asha to find out how many gates they clear.
Well, Ben, the Kickin' Johnsons cleared 2 gates for 20 points. Good start.
Every point counts here in the semifinals, and now let's see if that strategy paid off for the red squad. Garris G-Dogs is ready to take on air slalom. Let's kick things off with our launcher, John Mark. And taking it to the sky, we've got Donald. Then on the power lines, it's Kathy and John. Are you guys ready to cloud surf? Let's get it started, Asha.
Players on your marks. Get set.
Here we go, folks. This is the semifinals. Our players can taste that final spot in the mighty Agro Bowl. Now it's time for the red team, Garris G-Dogs, to take on the air slalom. Having a tough go of it. Take your time. Those gates aren't going anywhere. There you see, having some trouble. Once you hit one, you just seem to hit the next one and the next one. Now, they're using teamwork, and they're communicating to get around those gates and rack up as many points as they can, using that board to their advantage. They're about halfway done with our course, and they have 0 gates clear. They got to step it up. All the guts and all the glory on the line right now for the Garris G-Dogs. We've got Donald shredding it up, getting some big air, cutting around those gates. Has to clear a couple if he wants to get some points. There you see him fly through the air. A tough go at it here for the Garris G-Dogs. But they managed to survive and get through the mighty air slalom. Folks, we have stepped up our events here in the semifinals, the prelims. That's history. Now it's time to take it to the extreme right here in the semis. Air slalom, a very difficult game. Let's go to Asha for the red team's results.
Close scores for both teams, but the Garris G-Dogs cleared 1 gate for 10 points.
10 points. They come in second here in air slalom. I'm sure they're ready to get to the next event, but before we do that, let's check out the replay. We'll see here why the Kickin' Johnsons were victorious. The red team having some difficulty clearing those gates. That's where they got their 10 points there. But it was the Kickin' Johnsons led by Lindsay the Shredder getting some big air, clearing those gates. She only got 2. It's all good because they are the winners. They are in the lead. And let's make it official by going to our head official, Asha Kieran, and the leaderboard.
Well, Ben, I know both teams are going to be kicking things up a notch for the next event. There's 3 more, in fact, in this semi-final round. Garris G-Dogs on 10 points, Kickin' Johnsons 20 points.
Coming up next, Formula Guts. 2 players driving, 2 more in the pits, more action, more strategy. Coming up next on My Family's Got Guts.
There's more extreme action on the way. My Family's Got Guts will be right back on Nick.
After 2 weeks of intense competition, the quest for Guts supremacy comes down to this. The Agro Bowl. Only one family can be champion. Don't miss the 1-hour finale of My Family's Got Guts, Saturday at 8, right here on Nick.
Respect the pouch! Respect it!
Rick's World. Raspberry red, lemony yellow, orangey orange.
breakfast.
3, 2, 1.
Suit up and blast off for an amazing adventure on DVD. Iron Man. Available on 2-disc DVD and Blu-ray Tuesday. Rated PG-13.
Everything's decided for me. When to get up, what to wear, what to read, and of course, when to go to bed. But at Subway, I have the power to choose, and I eat it up. Subway, eat fresh.
This is Nerf Cosmic Keep Away.
Players, shiny, yellow, red. Keep away from orange and red. Go!
Nerf Cosmic Keep Away knows your throws and keeps your score.
Interception, red. You win.
Nerf Cosmic Keep Away. Batteries not.
Stunt McNugget! Ladies and gentlemen, Stunt McNugget will now attempt to jump a record 7 apple dippers. And he's off. Pretty brave for a chicken. Oh no! He's been caramelized. Good thing he's boneless.
Defending Gotham City never tasted so good. I can get an awesome toy based on the Lego Batman video game in every McDonald's Happy Meal.
The problem.
This big car dealer says every application accepted. Well, they accepted it, but they didn't approve.
JD to the rescue.
The solution could be JD Byrider. As America's largest used car franchise, we've approved over 700,000 people for cars and financing. And if we approve you, you'll get a payment you can afford, a good-to-go warranty at no extra charge, and today, $99 delivers.
Go, JD!
Good cars for people who need credit. That's JD Byrider.
We're about to turn the action way up. My Family's Got Guts rocks on right now on Nick.
Welcome back to My Family's Got Guts. Ben Lyons here in the Extreme Arena. I'm joined by Asha Kiernan, and this is the semifinals. We are underway, so let's take it to our second event. We call it Formula Guts. Our teams are going to compete here in the Extreme Arena, which has been transformed into a racetrack. That's right. They're going to go around this track in these really awesome souped-up pod bikes. Very cool. Wish I could take one home, but the folks in Nickelodeon will not let me. And Asha, break down the rules for us.
Well, the object of Formula Guts is to make 2.5 laps around our oval track in the fastest time possible. 2 players from each team are going to ride. They're going to make a pit stop halfway through, switch riders. First place gets 100 points. Second place, 75 points.
All right, let's get right to it. This is the semifinals, so our teams are going to be going all out here in Formula Guts. We're going to kick things off with the Kickin' Johnsons there in the lead, and Sharon's going to be driving first, and then we're going to have Brian driving second. He's going to get some help in the pits from Emily and Lindsay. Asha, let's start the race.
Okay, players and rider, on your marks, get set.
Here we go in Formula Guts. The straightaway is where you get your maximum time. You got to keep those legs bumping in those bikes. Those 3 wheels can move around very quickly. What do you think the hardest part here is of the race?
It's either the corners or the pit stop. They've got to get around those corners, staying on the track. Try not to tip sideways because the pods have a tendency to do that.
That's right. Those pods are light, and our players are fast. As you see, lap number 1 is in the books for Sharon and the Kickin' Johnsons. She's approaching the pit stop. This is where it's a team effort.
It is. They've got to get in and out of there, keep their time going. Don't slow down at all.
Check out Emily and Lindsay. They're keeping that pod steady as she gets out of the bike and ready to turn things on over to Brian. You got to move quickly, but you got to move safely. You want to get in there and be secure so you can pedal as fast as you can. Yeah. That's right. Here we go now for the second leg of Formula Guts. Around the corner he goes. He's picking up speed, heading the straightaway right in front of the fans of the Extreme Arena as he's making his way around each of those perilous curves. The home stretch, ready to cross the finish line. There it is, a great run for the Kickin' Johnsons. What was their time?
1 minute, 2 seconds for the green team.
1 minute and 2 seconds. That's a great time for the green squad. Way to kick things off here in the Formula Guts race in the semifinals. A trip to the mighty Agro Bowl is at stake. It looks like the red squad, Garris G-Dogs, have reached positions in the infield. Let's kick things off with Donald. He's going to be our first driver. He is getting into position. Our second driver is going to be John Mark, and he's joined in the pits by Kathy and John. The Extreme Arena is ready to rock for this one. It looks like our players are set. So let's begin Formula Guts. Asha, take it away.
Okay, players, on your marks, get set.
Here we go as Donald is getting up to maximum speed here in Formula Guts. You want to go fast, but you don't want to go too fast or you're going to crash.
That's right. Safety is key, like you said. Got to stay safe out there on the track. It can be hard.
You got to keep that car balanced as you approach the straightaways. Here goes Donald. He seems to have a hand of things, doing a great job of taking on those curves. Oh, no. Just as I say he's got a hand of things, now he's having some trouble. And they approach the pits. Now this is where the whole family gets involved.
There they go. This is where the team play comes into action. Of course, we've got stunt guys out on the track, so if anything happens, they're covered. They're safe.
Yeah, the stunt guys have nothing to do with that fast turnaround. Check out John Mark getting to that pod as fast as he can. Well done. Oh, no. He gets the oohs and ahs from the crowd.
Yes, he certainly does.
Let's see if he can steady that bike. There it is.
He's focused. He's got a one-track mind, Ben.
That's right. Oh, as he turns around, he's going to take it into the finish line. Yes.
What a race.
What a run there for Garris G-Dogs. They needed to pick up some much-needed time there because they trailed the green squad. So, Asha, tell me if you got the results.
54 seconds for the red team. They've taken out Formula Guts.
There it is. The red team is charged up. They are the winners of Formula Guts. Congratulations to Garris G-Dogs who are kicking butt here in the Extreme Arena. Let's go to the replay. As you see, the Kickin' Johnsons, they had some trouble here in the pits. Now, they lost the race by 8 seconds, and maybe this is where they struggled.
Could have been it. Could have lost a few seconds in the pit stop.
Now we see the red team, yeah, taking it to 2 wheels right there. And out of the pits, they stumbled, but it was John Mark leading the red squad and taking victory, getting that checkered flag, looking like Tony Stewart crossing that finish line.
Did.
A great run here for the red squad. They're back in the action in the semifinals. So before we go to our next event, let's go to the leaderboard.
With 2 events down, it's the Garris G-Dogs in the lead on 110 points and the Kickin' Johnsons in second place with 95 points, Ben.
All right, Asha, because it's the semifinals, we've got one more event before we tackle the mighty Aggro Crag. I hope our players brought their sunscreen because we are about to play Volley Brawl. We have transformed the Extreme Arena into the Extreme Beach. Our players will be flying through the air some 10 feet high over our net and serving them up and spiking them down. You're going to have teamwork if you want to win Volley Brawl. Let's go to Asha for the rules.
Well, the object of Volley Brawl is to spike as many balls as possible over the net and into the scoring zone. Each spike is worth 10 points.
Professional volleyball has an 8-foot-high net. Our net is 10 feet high. Let's hope our players are ready for it. Let's play some Volley Brawl.
Players on your marks. Get set.
The Garris G-Dogs are taking on the Kickin' Johnsons, and the action is high-flying and furious. Our players are going to have to communicate. The setter has to talk with the spiker if they want to be victorious in Volley Brawl. There you see the red squad using communication. That is the key. You got to be in sync with your partner. So, serve it up and spike it down. There you see the green team flying through the air. Our wildest dreams come true right here on My Family's Got Guts because we turn the smallest of competitors into the tallest of champions. You have to be accurate, coordinated to set, serve it up, spike it down. There you see, great timing from the red squad, getting high above our 10-foot-high net. There's the green team knocking it down. This ain't for Gabby Reese. This ain't for Missy Trina. This is only for our extreme athletes as we approach just about 30 seconds to go in Volley Brawl. You got to use your lower body strength to propel you through the air. There you see the green squad, Emily spiking it down. The Kickin' Johnsons are kicking in Volley Brawl. So much high-flying aerial action. We have taken it to the beach. We have transformed the Extreme Arena. So, with about 10 seconds to go, the green team and the red team trying to get in every last spike they can. Balls are flying, competitors are jumping. This is going to be a close one. Can they get one more in? Off the mark. Wow, what a game of Volley Brawl. Let's go to Asha for the results.
Well, Ben, our teams have certainly taken it to the extreme here in the Extreme Arena. The Kickin' Johnsons made 15 spikes, 150 points. Garris G-Dogs, 21 spikes, 210 points.
the Garris G-Dogs are victorious in volleyball. Let's see how they got there with the replay. We're going to start it off with the Kickin' Johnsons, who got off to a kicking start. There you see Emily spiking one down, but it was the red squad, Garris G-Dogs, led by Donald and John, spiking them up. Great communication, great teamwork. That's the key to volleyball. You see, flying through the air, playing some defense as well. Not only can you spike them, but you can block them. So, Asha, let's go to the leaderboard.
Well, Ben, we all know what's around the corner. It's the Aggro Crag. So here it is, the Kickin' Johnsons, 245 points. Garris G-Dogs, 320 points, just in the lead.
Up next, in a bid to make it to the Aggro Bowl, our teams will face off in a 4-player relay against the legendary Aggro Crag. Coming up next, My Family's Got Guts.
There's more extreme action on the way. My Family's Got Guts will be right back on Nick.
If you think you've seen it all, think again. High School Musical 2 Deluxe Dance Edition with over 5 hours of bonus features and a free movie ticket offer for High School Musical 3. Rated G. All right. You can get the 2-disc Deluxe Dance Edition now on Disney DVD. Rated TVG.
Now everywhere you go, new Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Grab-and-Go packs go too. So you can work hard, eat right, and never stop earning your stripes.
Now you can nail targets from long distance with Nerf's Long Shot Blaster. 2 blasters in 1, quick-fire clips, and detachable scope. Everything you need to blast your skills to the next level. The N-Strike Long Shot.
In DreamWorks Madagascar Escape to Africa, every animal must bow down to King Julian.
It's me, King Julian!
Obey his every command.
Bring me my nuts on a silver platter.
Follow his every order.
I shall rename New York Flamingo Town.
And no matter what, never leave your seat in coach.
It's nothing personal. It's just that we're better than you.
You can bow down to King Julian in DreamWorks Madagascar Escape to Africa. In theaters November 7th. This film is not yet rated.
Only you can save Gotham City. Spring into action with your awesome Mega Cape. Then transform your belt into a motorized rapid-fire launcher and take out Gotham City's biggest bad guy, the Joker. Mega Cape accessory and rapid-fire utility belt, each sold separately. Batteries not included.
We're about to turn the action way up. My Family's Got Guts rocks on right now on Nick.
Welcome back to My Family's Got Guts. Ben Lyons here with semifinal action between the Garris G-Dogs and the Kickin' Johnsons. Only one of these two families will go on to the mighty Aggro Bowl. The Kickin' Johnsons trail because the Garris G-Dogs have 320 points. Let's go to the highlights. We're going to kick things off with the air slalom. Check out Donald as he crashes backwards into the gate. Wham! He's going to feel that one for a year. Then it's Brian on the power lines. The green squad working as a team as Lindsay clears the gate. They're victorious. We take it to Formula Guts where the red team is off to a good start. In the pits, Donald changes for John Mark. That's where they got a lot of time. Red takes it to two-wheel motion. Very difficult right there. Now it's time for volleyball. The red team dominating again. There you see a lot of high-flying aerial action. All 4 competitors flying through the air. Kathy sets, John spikes, and the red team celebrates. Is it the work of aliens or global warming? I have no idea. But one thing I do know for sure is that the mighty Aggro Crag has evolved. Now it has dangerous jags and outcrops and perilous points of no return. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you the bigger, stronger Aggro Crag. The Crag is so big and so bad, teams are going to need all 4 players to reach the top. Player number 1 goes over the Mad Mesas in the treacherous ice march to base camp, where player number 2 awaits. Player number 2 then takes on the Ice Serpent Switchbacks and the Skeleton Stalagmites in a bid to reach Avalanche Peak, where their actuator will now reveal a secret tunnel that will spiral them down the vortex to a new side of the Crag. Then Player number 3 will attempt to navigate the Crag Caverns. Once out, they will cross the Glacial Gorge, which encircles the mighty monster, making their way back to the base and opening the ice portal behind which player number 4 awaits for their chance to conquer the vertical freeze and reach the Crystal Peak, the summit, and victory. Asha, I thought the Crag was intimidating enough back in the prelims. Now here we are in the semifinals, and this thing is out of control.
Ben, you said the right word, because this bigger and meaner version of the Crag is intimidating me. I think it's going to intimidate the teams, give them the heebie-jeebies. So that's why it's all down to strategy.
That's right. It's all about strategy. Our teams had to decide which player was going to conquer which leg of the Crag. So who are they rolling with?
Well, let's go to the matchup to find out. For the Mad Mesas, we've got John versus Lindsay. On the switchbacks, it'll be Kathy versus Sharon. In the Caverns, it's going to be Donald versus Brian. And in a race up the vertical freeze, we'll have John Mark versus Emily.
All right, Asha, it looks like the players are set. They've made their choices. Now they got to live with them. So how do you play the aggro Crag? What's the race? Break down the rules.
Well, since this is the semifinals, the maximum amount of head start time you can get is 10 seconds. So since the red team is in the lead by 75 points, they've earned a 7.5-second head start. Each player must successfully complete their portion of the Crag before the next player on their team can proceed. And as always, the first team to the summit wins, Ben.
It's the Garris G-Dogs versus the Kickin' Johnsons. Only one of these families will go on to the Aggro Bowl. Who's it going to be? Asha, let's find out.
Red team, you've got a head start. You'll go on my whistle. Green team, you wait for the judges. Players on your marks. Get set.
Big John for the Garris G-Dogs taking on the Mad Mason as he jumps from rock to rock across the beginning here. And now we have Lindsay for the Kickin' Johnsons, who dominated the prelims and have been dominated here in the semis. There you see, heading up the Skeleton Stalagmites and the Switchbacks. It is Kathy for the Garris G-Dogs. They are taking full advantage of this lead and heading through the sliding vortex, sucked to the other side of the Crag. The red team off to a great start. Green team is struggling to find that final actuator to open the next side of the Crag. We are taking it now to the Crag Caverns, where the red team is having an easy time getting through. Check out Big Donald making his way in that maze. Now he's caught up, doesn't know which way to go. Maybe this will get the Kickin' Johnsons back in it. They're anxiously awaiting to get through the Crag Caverns, and now we're off. Both our teams are in the Crag Caverns. Which way is out? Victory is so close. Only one team will go on to the Aggro Bowl. Semi-final Crag is incredible, folks. The Aggro Crag has evolved, and our players are having a difficult time getting out of the Crag Caverns. You don't know your left from your right. Up is down, but it looks like the red team is getting across the Glacial Gorge, opening the switchback. There it is, opening the ice portal, and both our players, John Mark and Emily, are going to race to the vertical freeze. Only one of these teams, folks, going on to the Aggro Bowl. John Mark slipped. He slipped on the vertical freeze. Emily able to catch up for the Kickin' Johnsons. They're taking on Garris G-Dogs. John Mark using every bit of strength he's got to take it to the top of the Crystal Peak. Who's it going to be? Green or red? Johnsons or Garris G-Dogs? This is one of the closest races I have ever seen, folks. But there you have it. The Garris G-Dogs have won. They are going on to the Aggro Bowl. Congratulations to both our teams. The Green Squad had everything they could to get back in the action, but ultimately it was the red team, Garris G-Dogs, who are victorious. Let's go to the replay. Here you see the red squad off to an early start. John is on those bases. He's able to kick things off to Kathy on the switchback. The green team having some difficulty there in Avalanche Peak, finding that last actuator. Both our teams, Donald and Brian, struggling in the Crag Caverns. Those things are difficult, folks. John Mark got the early start up the vertical freeze, but then Emily was right behind him. Ultimately, John Mark and the Garris G-Dogs are victorious. Check him out as he makes his way towards the top of the Crystal Peak. He can taste that final spot in the Aggro Bowl. There he is, folks. Congratulations to the Garris G-Dogs. The time has come for you to take your slide to victory. Congratulations. congratulations. You guys are going on to our championship round. Here he is, joined by the entire family. They've already got one piece of the rock. Now it's time for their second piece of the aggro crag.
Here it is, G-Dogs, your second piece of the aggro crag, joining the first piece. If you win the final, you'll get the third and final piece, having a big, huge aggro crag for yourselves.
Now, as you guys prepare to take on somebody in the Aggro Bowl, what can we expect from you in the championship round?
Winning.
The third piece. That's right. He's looking for the third piece of the rock. So, Asha, tell us what this means for the rest of our tournament.
Well, let's take a look at our tournament bracket because the G-Dogs, you are going on to the Aggro Bowl Championship. You have locked up the last slots from the semi-finals and you will now be facing off against Cyclone Jones and the Howlin' Howls. One more question for you guys. Do you have it?
No ifs, ands, or buts. My family's got guts. We'll see you next time. Peace.